I thought the Rated Epic saga would have been over by now, like after he got banned from nopixel and after all of his closest friends ditched him in like a second. But he seems to be trying to make a comeback. I say that because he came out with some new accusations with receipts to back it up. So he started off talking about Lyndi, apparently trying to extort him.
You ruined my life. You made it worse. People deserve to know. Stay away from you, which, I mean, is true. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemies. 2K, I'm actually speechless. I mean, 2K a month isn't like a bad thing, I don't think. I'm making a fancy, I'm exposing you.
Okay, so they go on talking about money, blah, blah, blah. He rambles a lot. Essentially, she was asking for originally, I think it was like $15,000 a month from him, or else she would expose him for all of the terrible things he did behind the scenes. And then he tried to negotiate back, and he came back with 2K, and she was insulted. Now, it seems like Lyndi, who is like an ex of his, was like just straight up trying to extort him. She comes back, though, and responds saying the reason why she, like, quote unquote, extorted him was because of rent.
I guess I asked for money. You know why I asked for money? Because I moved into an apartment. Our apartment that we agreed on, that we talked about, we signed the lease. The lease is on both of our fucking names, and he said he was going to take care of it when he moved in, and he was going to move in so long ago, and he never did because he was cheating on me with multiple girls.
Okay, so if this is true, if they really signed like a lease together, she should just take him to court so she doesn't come off looking so bad. And it doesn't look like she's straight up just trying to extort him, saying like, if you don't give me all this money, I'm going to expose how bad you are. But people aren't always rational. So this, in my mind, is like kind of a wash. You can't really tell who is like the villain or if they both suck or whatever in this scenario. However, Randy didn't leave it there. He went on. He decided to expose her DMs with him. And these are like years old DMs. Essentially, like what they're saying really doesn't matter. It's just talking about RP stuff. But the reason why this got some traction was because she dropped a whole bunch of slurs, and the bad kind of slurs, which is a weird thing to do. I guess you could say like, oh, she's trying to extort him, so he's going to try to take her down. But it doesn't make sense to expose these DMs, or it doesn't have anything to do with the extortion. And Lyndi responded to this, essentially saying like, I don't understand why he's coming after me now. Like, I wasn't the one who like went to the admins to get him banned from nopixel. Like, I didn't expose him. So why is he like taking a swing at me? She's just like pretty much confused. And the reason why I'm showing the Reddit recap of this is because she deleted her tweet about this. Now, this seemingly came out of left field, and I had no idea why Randy decided to put her on blast now. But then I remembered he's done this before. At the start of the year, he was essentially accused of the same stuff he got canceled for a couple months ago. Like, he is called toxic, homophobic, abusive, controlling, manipulative, blah, 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 by another woman called Megs, who he also dated apparently. And his go-to response was, oh, Megs was also super toxic, homophobic, blah, 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 and leaked all of her DMs and text messages that showed her being toxic and homophobic and all this stuff. And the consensus of the community was like, oh, they're both trash human beings, so Randy's okay because they both suck. Instead of being like, oh, they both suck, they both should get banned, they're like, oh, they both suck, it's a wash, let's just pretend this never happened. So it seems like to me, Randy's just going to his old playbook. He's like, hey, this worked last time. Last time when an accuser came out and accused me, I just exposed that they're also have skeletons in their closet, and it went away, so he's doing it again. However, this time it's late, and this time she wasn't like the reason why he got banned. If you take what Rami said about Randy seriously, it seems like there was 10 plus women who came out and accused Randy of being a garbage human being. So I don't know why he thinks singling one person out will make him look better. I don't understand the end goal or how he thinks this is going to help the situation at all. Like, the only thing I can see happening is that maybe Lyndi will get a ban off of nopixel for this because they've been cracking down on homophobia and transphobia heavily. However, the text messages were 2 years old. And Cathfar, the person who the DMs were about and who is trans, came out saying like, yeah, Rated it has been a sexist scumbag and manipulated people. This isn't a surprise. You watched it for years. He out of character and in character abused literally hundreds of people, exposing other people, his victims, even when they're saying bad stuff about other people, doesn't exonerate that. So she goes on talking like through all these Twitter threads and on Reddit, essentially saying like, yeah, what Lyndi said is bad, but I'm a trans person online, especially in the roleplay community. I'm used to people being transphobic towards me. So what she did was bad, but this doesn't excuse Randy at all. But yeah, that was the biggest drama this week. And like, really, I don't even know if anything's going to come of this. It doesn't really seem like anything because like Lyndi hasn't been banned yet and it's been a couple days. And usually they're pretty quick at banning people when they're going to ban them for homophobic stuff and transphobic stuff. So really, this just seems like a small blip in the radar before people forget who Randy was now that his career is pretty much over.